Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic, debates, entertainment. I want to give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. So let's get straight into this topic here. You know, people have been attacking me and other channels that produce similar content like me, like, oh, you know, Charles over there, Dreamers Pro, they're just haters, man. They're just haters. They're just, even Rich Paul did a comments yesterday with people that make money off of LeBron and all, like as if he didn't watch Nick Wright and all of the money he's made off of trolling Michael Jordan and his legacy. How much money have people made trying to make this fake GOAT debate a real thing? But they notice people like me, right? But you guys know how I've been saying for a long time that the amount of LeBron James fanboys in media is absolutely nauseating. You see former NBA players getting on TV and sitting up there and twerking it up all over the table, slapping each other with honey sticks, just hollering and screaming. I'm like, yo, dog, what happened to you? Even former rivals of this dude getting on TV and just twerking or on their pod. I'm like, yo, what happened to these dudes? A whole bunch of fanboys in media. These are the facts. But when I said it, oh, Dreamers Pro, he just hating. You know, yeah, Dreamers Pro, he a hater, man. That's all he does. He does it for clicks. He does it for clicks. It's not for real. It's for clicks, right? Well, it seems like former ESPN personnel analyst Jaylen Rose and obviously former NBA player Jaylen Rose finally had enough. And he took to his Twitter account to post about it. And let me just say this now. You can bet your bottom dollar that Rich Paul and these guys are going to respond to this and a whole bunch of others. Because they always make sure to respond to people that have names that push back on their nonsense. That's what they did to Rick Bucher. Everybody came after him, Shannon Sharpe and all of them. Because Rick Bucher has credibility. He's a household name. He is known. He has tenure in media. So they went after Rick Bucher. It's going to be no different here. Just watch how it works. So Jaylen Rose went to his X account and he wrote the following. NBA coverage has become so weak. It's now led by men and women who didn't play or LeBron stans / former teammates. And this particular post that he published yesterday generated 1.1 million views. 1.1 million views, right? And of course, LeBron fans are in the comment section crying and making, you know, I've realized something about LeBron fans. Before I get into my LeBron fans are an interesting set of human beings. You present them with facts. Do you know what they do? They get into this whole thing where they start pretending like they don't know what you're talking about. Or they try to change the subject and move it to something else. They'll know what you're saying, but then they'll just they get into like this kind of like like they put themselves into like a trance, where they now start saying the other things and they convince themselves of it. Like all in a way to kind of deflect. Yes, they are the masters of deflection. This is exactly what they are. They deflect and they pretend like they don't know what you're saying. And then they go on to say, I've noticed this about them. They are masters of deflect. Say anything to them and they'll deflect. Oh, well, but what about that? And what about this? And what about that? That's what they do. And you know why they do it? They always do it so they don't address what you say. LeBron fans will seldom address a point that you make. Seldom. Instead, they deflect. They try to shift the point to something else. But what about that or this or that? All in a way to not address. And that's what if you go to his X account, that's what you'll see. But anyway, let me get into my thoughts about this. I told you. So the Rich Pauls and all of these guys that are in media, all of these guys, all they do is hate. So what is Jaylen Rose noticing? Jaylen Rose is noticing this. Don't you know the whole saying of, oh, he's on the clutch payroll? Y'all never heard about that? You can't even count the amount of media personalities and NBA players that twerk. You can't even count them. They are so many. It's to the point where now these guys control platforms. And if you go on their platforms and they ask you, for example, who's your top 5 favorite players? And if you don't mention LeBron James, they'll begin to chastise you. But wait a minute, why didn't you say that? Why didn't you say that? And if you don't, something with the older generation, this is what they do. It's almost like, when you go to a club and like you've seen these movies and there's like a special password to get into that next room. And like, what's the password? For them, the password is you got to say LeBron is the GOAT or the second greatest player of all time. If you don't say that, you're not getting into that next room. That's like the qualifier or disqualifier to okay, we're not going to mess with this dude. I've seen it on so many shows. And there are so many of them. Even there was a post that Byron Scott put out on his page. And guess who ran under the comment to go post about it? J.R. Smith. Look at Richard Jefferson. Look at Channing Frye. Look at Kendrick Perkins. Look at almost everyone on ESPN. Look at Nick Wright. Look at Shannon Sharpe. Look at Rachel Nichols. Look at Colin Cowherd. It's like media is littered with fanboys and fangirls. They're literally to the point where even LeBron's agent started his own show to glaze. Gilbert Arenas, another one. And if you're not marching to their tune, they ostracize you. They ostracize you. They put you out. They isolate you. This is what's happening. And I'm also sure he has noticed the fact that all these dudes do is try to destroy other players that he's played with careers and diminish them. Look at what they're setting up Joel Embiid for. The season hasn't even started, and these guys are already having conversations about trading away Joel Embiid. The season hasn't even started yet. And they're firing up their engines, revving them up. The season hasn't even started yet. And they're going to do a number on Joel Embiid if things don't work out this year. Go look at LeBron, the fanboy. They don't even mention his teammates. They don't even talk about his teammates. Oh, LeBron's great. It's LeBron. But then they spend all this time talking about Scottie Pippen. For as much as they talk about Scottie Pippen, you would think Scottie Pippen was better than Michael Jordan. They never even talk about his teammates. And this is what they do on a daily basis. Even the new moderator on First Take, she's another one. They'll ask Chris Mad Dog Russo a question. He'll say something they don't agree with, and then the moderator will start attacking. Well, come on, man. What do you mean, man? Come on. Now the new one is, oh, LeBron ain't ring chasing, knowing damn well that's exactly what he's doing. He's on a team with 3 All-Stars, a former MVP, a former Finals MVP, and one of the best young players in the NBA. But they want to make it seem like, oh, no, that's normal. And if you mention it, oh, now they're trying to turn ring chasing to, well, what do you expect? I mean, they're trying to change the narrative. And people like Jaylen Rose are sitting back in the cut like, yo, these dudes are disgusting. Like, they're disgusting at this point. This is grotesque. Ew. Like, ooh. Like, you dudes are disgusting. And it's a fact. They are. But I'm glad that Jaylen Rose said it. Because when I said it, oh, Dream is Pro, man, he a hater, man. He a hater, man. He needed for clicks and views and clicks and views. So Jaylen Rose needed for clicks and views? Oh, I thought so.